welcome to We're Not Wizards. We are the best, but not wizards. Enjoy the show!
A shocking discovery. Editing everything. And Mark from Airecon. This is We're Not Wizards.
I think your video's a bit laggy, Richard. So you kept going.
I think your face is a bit laggy.
Your audio was going 1, 2, 3.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's not. We don't care about the video. We're just like, we're not a video podcast. Apparently, we're not going to be.
Which is a good idea. I mean,
fucking give me strength, I tell you. Honestly. Right, anyway.
That's what the line should have been in He-Man. It would have been far more British. Instead of I have the power, just been fucking give me strength. just holds lazily up a sword as he says, fucking give me strength. Jesus Christ.
And what it is he's kind of like, he's literally round at one of his siblings' houses, and they've got about 3 kids, and they're all running about. He's in the back garden. Castle Grayskull's looming over the background. They're all shouting and screaming. Uncle Skeletor comes round because he's a fun guy now, isn't he? Because everybody likes. He's got the redemption backstory where he's never meant to be evil. He was always just He always just got people took the mick out of him because he had a skull for a face. So he's now everybody's favourite. Everybody's running about. Tila comes in. They've had a rough time, so they're not speaking to each other, and he just wants out of it. So he's just give me strength. And then he realises, of course, he's standing there just in he's in his pants because he's not got the armour on anymore, and it starts to rain. So, And that's no good because now Battle Cat's all wet and it takes hours for Battle Cat to dry. And then he's got to sit by the fire next to Battle Cat while he kind of emanates this unwashed big cat smell, which is mostly going to be, let's face it, rotten meat. Because there's no way that Cringer's a vegetarian. I mean, it's like, where did Orko go for 3 seasons? Well, probably because Cringer went for his arm. I mean, let's face it. Welcome to We're Not Wizards.
Hello.
Bye.
Joining us, you could say he's a giant of a man.
No, I'm not.
Not you. I mean, Christmas has been generous. I was going to say, he's all vowels, isn't he? He's all single vowels. He's got 1 E and he's got 1 I.
What are you
and
talking
about? And it's Mark. It's Mark Cooke. Who's in charge
How'd
of
you spell
Airecon.
Mark in Scotland?
What is M-A-R-K, isn't it? And then Cook's got an E on the end, isn't it? So that's the 1 E.
But it's got 2 O's in the middle.
So what does it matter? It's got the 1 E, isn't it? Don't make me get the hose. Anyway, after that absolutely wonderful introduction, I welcome back to the show.
Hello.
See, it's not rage, it's more like jealousy, because I know you two have had a past thing, and every time I see you together, I get like the Kill Bill, and I see you a vision of you just happily laughing away at each other while you do ultimate quizzes that we'll touch on, and all your little fun japes.
Is it like me introducing you to my ex?
Yeah, it's like, here's the one that I had mind-blowing nookie with. Toe curling, left me shuddering in the corner.
The giant.
The giant in more ways than one.
Stop. Stop. Okay.
Okay.
No good was going to come
anyway,
from that.
As we said, as I said on Facebook, we're in our 10th year. This is our 10th year.
Well, it's your 10th year. It's not my 10th.
Well, I mean, technically, I mean, it's come one, come all, really. I mean, let's face it. I mean,
Was it 10 years since you started?
We started on the first episode was released on the 13th of February, 2016.
So you're in your 11th year.
No.
You started your 11th year.
Well, we started our 11th year, but I say it's the 10th anniversary. Unless have I absolutely arsed this up and missed a year in our 10th anniversary?
No. That's like your birthday, isn't it?
You're
when
correct,
you turn
yeah.
40, you're now in your 41st year.
Yeah, that's...
Or you're in your 51st year,
This
or
is
whatever
just
it
so
is.
confusing.
So yeah, what,
This is
your
so
first
confusing.
episode, was it just you
It was me
chatting?
No, it was me and Colin. Are you talking about bringing exes into this?
See, I don't think I ever listened to you when it was anybody else. I've only ever known you with guests.
Well, that's where most people know. Me and Colin, like, we had a good time. But it was the joke was that when we came in, it was like, we're gonna say this is the first of 3 episodes that we're gonna record because it's a limited series. Because we thought if you make yourself scarce, then it was fine. And to be honest, what happened was I recorded with a guest, and then life got in the way, and then we realised that the time between us kind of recording was getting longer and longer, and I just ended up having guest after guest after guest, so it's my fault entirely. And there was also, to be honest, there was also always the pressure of making sure you'd reviewed a game so you could talk about it as well. So there was like games and that, so yeah. So I still see him on a regular basis and stuff like that. But,
We have shunned the
know.
pressure of caring about modern games, though, as our games of the year lists tend to reflect. In that two or three of them might have been from that year.
I think you can listen to some of the shows out there, and that's what they do. They do the it's like everything's like the brand new hotness. The board game hot takes people, they're pretty good because they like get the new game and they just like they play it, and then as soon as they play the game, they sit back and then they record an episode about what their thoughts were, and I thought that was quite cool.
It's better than a minute-long Instagram post about how you've always loved space games, and let me tell you about space games, and then suddenly you just talk about.
Let's not.
You know what really grinds
I
my
think I know it.
gears? Give me strength.
I think Give me strength. Mark's going to be wondering why he's got on here. He's like, I'm here to talk about my wonderful and popular convention. You better talk him in. See, this is what happens. See if it's like you don't get in. It's like literally lions round a zebra carcass. If you're not burying your head into those intestines and getting yourself a bit of liver, you're going to miss out, Mr. Cooke. So first of all, are you well?
I'm good, yeah. Yeah, all good. All in the thick of everything, all at once. Yeah, it's just good. I was sick, but I don't like, it's not nice I had the flu.
I don't like to brag.
Yeah.
I was really ill.
I had the flu.
Projectile vomiting.
This time last week, I was just like dying on the sofa.
We hung out
all
recently. Me and Mark did.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh, did you now? All right, you didn't say that. You didn't mention that at all.
That was fun.
You know
that
we
seemed to
did.
have skipped your mind.
You know we
to have
did.
skipped your mind. That seemed to have skipped your
At
mind.
the
a bit.
National Space
I was
Centre in
trying-
Leicester.
Yes, I know. I was trying to kind of rud that out my memory because quite clearly I was like, "How was your day?" And he was like, "It was actually a weekend. Actually, where are you taking me anywhere for the next weekend?" It's like, "All right, I see how this is going.
So
Let's touch on that quickly.
the hotel
How
we
did that
stayed in was all quite Faulty Towers, and then so when I was sick last week, I watched all of Faulty Towers back to back. I think that hotel inspired me to watch it again.
It was a good hotel. It's not as Faulty Towers as the Cairn Hotel, though.
Oh. I've rebooked it. I've got the Cairn again.
No, I'm not coming
so-
to Airecon. I can't do it this year.
What?
No,
What?
I can't afford it this
Oh,
year.
this is a
Just
lie.
got too much
This is
on. Sadly. Sad times. Very sad.
It's a bombshell.
But my room was particularly Faulty Towers. It stank of smoke. It's like old cigarette smoke. And then it had really thin walls and the guest in the room next to me was watching special interest movies till 3 a.m.
You knock on the door and said you need a hand. But I mean, I'm not being funny, but like if you go into a room now and it smells of smoke, there's almost like it's like an air of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because to be perfectly honest, if I go into a room or anywhere now, it reminds me of like that's had there's been smoke in it. It's kind of like, it reminds me of my gran. Because that's what my
does
gran,
the same for me.
My
Yeah.
gran, you just sit around and sit in the house and just like my gran would just like light up. So with my dad and stuff like this,
Chuffing away on a Super Kings. Yeah.
I know. Oh, posh were you? Super
My
Kings.
nan was. My nan was a Super Kings girl. Yeah.
Really?
We had to go around to my
she was
nan's once a year to paint the ceiling. With the nicotine.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's yellow. Just had
Yeah.
to-
I dread to
And
think
the
what
thing
that
that-
house was like when my aunt finally left, because it would have been you could tell where everything against the wall was. It would have just had an outline of every framed objet d'art, bit of furniture, everything,
When I moved into my first flat in Edinburgh, the woman that had been there before, she was literally like, she was puffing I went round and she was like, I ended up visiting the flat to like have a look round. I ended up staying there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and she was just telling stories. And then I was like, okay, I'll buy the flat. And then decorating the flat, there was so much nicotine on the walls, the paint wouldn't actually stick.
Yeah.
Had to scrub down the walls, almost like that sugar soap that you
Yeah.
got. Because he just like painted, and I was like, what is going on? This isn't taken in the slightest. And it turned out that you were right. You could tell where pictures had been hung on the walls because the wall was like bright white behind it. It was absolutely
My
minging.
aunt used to have those ashtrays with the little spinny top thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They used to do that, and they used to go like that, and it all went inside.
It was amazing. Those were the days.
That noise of
Shit.
that ashtray is such a that would be such a thing for me. If I heard that, I'd be able to hear it from 100 yards away. Even though I'm deaf as a post, I'd be able to hear. I'd single that sound out.
Did she have one of
Proper,
those cigarette holders as well that you pull out and all the cigarettes kind of splayed?
No, she had one. She did have a cigarette holder though, but it was like a weird. It was kind of like jade. It was like a sort of jade square, and then it had like a grid inside. But I never actually saw her use it, But she did, She never actually put
I
the
always
cigarettes
feel like
in
it was more effort, surely, to fill them up. Like, you're going to
100%,
empty your
yeah.
cigarette packet to put them in the holder to then just take them out of that. Like,
And also, as she smokes, Super Kings, it probably would have looked like some weird, bouquet of death.
Oh dear. And then of course they started charging more money for cigarettes, and it all went downhill from there. Oh yeah, and there was the whole you might die if you smoke them kind of thing that was kind of going on. How was the space station stuff then, Mark? How did that
it was
go?
fun, yeah. It was nice. It's a really cool place to have a little con. But it was nice. I think it was kind of a mix of people that knew what was happening and then a bunch of people that had just come to visit the space center, and they were like, oh, what's all this weird board game stuff going on?
Almost everybody I asked whether they came for the space center and this was a bonus, or did they come for the convention and there was a bonus that it was at the space center, or was everybody I happened to ask that question to said they were coming for the board game aspect of it.
Oh, okay.
Which
It was
is, surprised me somewhat,
Maybe it's because I ended up interacting with the people that were like, what's going on?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, but they've got some cool spaces. I probably need to do a bit of work in getting people into some of the little games and stuff. But we played like 2 rooms of the boom in a space lab, and we did
cool.
Blood on the clock tower. Sorry, in sorry.
Special interest.
Yeah,
It's all like that at the time, really, isn't it?
Blood on the clock tower.
Take your cloak off.
They did that in an escape pod, like a space shuttle escape pod thing, and yeah.
You could have actually done that in real life, though. You could have just locked people in and said, like, you'll only get the key if you eat these various foods, and guess what they are, and then just taking a label off a couple of these dog dog food into, the pouches that you get, and watch somebody go, oh, is it beef? It's actually salmon and carrot. But, you're close enough. Have you come? Was it, how were you involved in the organisation for that then? Was that part? Oh, yeah. Right, okay.
Yeah, so they'd. I think the first year they did it, they had some help from UK Games Expo, and then they did it last year. They just tried to sort of do it in house, and then they thought, oh, actually, they'd quite like some help from someone that knows some board game people. So they asked around, and then I was at the bottom of the list somewhere. So. Yes.
They asked He-Man. He was too busy being in the huff. He was like, I don't have strength for this. I don't have strength to be involved in a board game night.
That's my nan, but she was too busy painting a ceiling and
try to get the nicotine off the top. That's it. Skeletor's being really annoyed because he's got nicotine all over his skull, and he goes, "You know how difficult this is to polish." So, do you think that's going to be a regular thing for you? I mean, have you made kind of routes to say, well, look, this kind of works quite well. Shall we kind of go back and do it kind of again?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how we go. We've got to sort of do a bit of wrap-up stuff, and I'm knee-deep in Airecon straight from that, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. But, yeah, it was certainly fun, and they said it was good for them. I think they said it was their busiest day in a year or so,
wow.
Which is good.
That is good. That's good.
So
especially when, like, a lot of places...
Saturday was really busy.
You look forward to that again.
Yeah, Saturday
was proper busy.
I think they said there's about 1,800 people or so. It's good.
Wow,
just on the Saturday. So it'd be good to see what if we could develop it a bit more and maybe put some stuff on in the evenings, because it closes when the Space Centre closed at like 5 or whatever. And but there's some, there's a bunch of hotels and stuff in Leicester that we could organise some stuff out afterwards, I guess. So we'll see and see how they want to go. But yeah, it's fun. It's definitely worth coming along to, especially if you've got kids or for families. It was like the exhibitors were really good. There was someone doing a board game design workshop and all sorts of fun stuff happening. Obviously Luke was there doing paint and take, so helping people paint some minis and stuff. It was good.
Did you get feedback from that then, Luke? Have you been looking at the message boards and seeing kind of like if anybody's made any comments on it? No. Are you just like Kane and Kung Fu? You just kind of went and
came in, did a thing, left. SAS got in, got the job done, got out again.
Left. Left.
Nobody even knew I was there, well, except all the people that came and did it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Was there quite a few people that ended up painting there?
We were fully booked for every single session. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That must have been quite cool for you. You must have been like, this is good stuff.
It was good fun.
I'm enjoying this.
It was good fun.
Good.
Elliot enjoyed it as well. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
Was he helping people learn to paint as well?
Yeah, he helped out with some people as well. But then also on the Saturday, because Flavian was so busy over at Hachette, he came over and he said, "Can I chuck Elliot something and get him demoing Stomp the Plank and stuff?" So, and I said to Elliot, completely up to you. If you want to do it, you can do it. But equally, you can say no if you don't want to. Don't feel pressured to do it. And he said, no, I'll do it. And then he went off and did that he reckoned he demoed Stomp the Plank to about 30 families by the end of it.
That's amazing. That's so cool. You better watch out, because Flav will be...
Flav wanted him. He wanted him the next day. He wanted him the next day, and I just said,
really?
No, he's done. He's knackered. He's knackered.
He'll be wondering where he is for Airecon. He'll not be caring if you're going along. He'll be asking what about.
So true.
Any chance Elliot's going to turn up as well? Because I don't know what they're probably signed up to some kind of child labour law kind of thing.
Probably.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
You've probably got them in trouble.
I've probably got a Flav in trouble.
We might have to edit this bit.
He was just helping out.
He was just helping out.
In exchange for money. Totally fine.
In exchange for money. It'll be like a paper route. It's that kind of thing. He was going around delivering joy on the back of his bike.
Speak of child labour, he just went past.
He'd be delighted. He's been
back
directly
in
referenced.
from the mines. Good. They don't let him out very early anymore.
Look at his little face. Well, you can't see it. I've just got. Let me come here. Come here. There you go. You can see again out of your good eye.
Stop coughing.
Remember if you got the spelling bee, it's Newman Ultra Microscopic Silicon Volcaniconiosis that you've got, so they don't take you to one side and ask you any more questions. 2026, what can we expect? Because last year was great fun.
Yeah.
This year,
More
the pressure is going to be more fun. So as a percentage of fun,
Yeah.
what percentage of fun are you guaranteeing extra that people will have? Is it like, are you going 17%? Is it 37%? Are you doing like
Well, I think it's
a kind of a
it's
7%
37%.
more fun?
It's 37%, but there's a bit of an agreement that you've got to bring some of that. You can't if you come along all dour, then we can't guarantee our half of that increase. The half of it is personal responsibility, right?
So what you're saying is you're guaranteeing 18%.
No. If you bring 18, it's more like like match funding. Like if you bring 18% extra fund,
All right.
we'll match it up to
Right.
the other 18%. So you get 36%.
It's a solid offer.
So if we bring -5, then we might end up -10.
Yeah.
And just end up even sadder. Is that what we're kind of?
We've all
Well,
sat
yeah,
at the
yeah.
table briefly with one of them.
Oh, I know. And I tell you what, I just told you to go and get yourself something to eat. I mean, because you were not happy. We had all the halls. I think we'll get this one out the way because it was a hot topic or a kind of a semi-cold topic, depending on how
How long it
went.
took you to get back?
And the distance you had to travel. Okay, it's an important thing for me as somebody who has multiple intolerances. Where are we with the food this year? Are things changed slightly? Are they still the same location and stuff like that? Because last year it was trekking, and its own little adventure.
Yeah, that company that does like trekking around the world, trekking through history. They've done a special Airecon edition, trekking to get some food.
Trekking to food trucks.
Trekking to the food hall.
I hope not.
Yeah, so we're changing it a bit. So we've moved it actually the food trucks out of the convention centre. We're putting them up. There's the Hilton next door, the Hilton Hotel next door, and so you just come out of the front of the halls and go up a little path. So it should be quicker and closer and more convenient. And there's more food trucks. Like last year, I think we were down to 4. This year it was 10.
4. Yeah.
There's 4 food trucks, but then there was like the in-house sort of catering stuff as well.
Yes.
But we've put 10 food trucks up at the Hilton, and then there's also like a seating area there. So unfortunately, you can't, because of the terms and conditions of the venue, you can't buy something for the food trucks and bring it back into the venue. But we've put like a little, quite a big hall just for tables for sitting and eating food truck stuff up there. So some of the ones that haven't been able to come for a couple of years are coming back. So we've got Duke's Pizza, that is some of the best pizza I've ever had. They're coming back, which I'm excited about. Poutine's there, which is always top one for me. And a lot of variety of food up there. And then the venue are still doing their in-house stuff. They're not going to have the hall, but they've got the points within the halls that we have. And then they're doing the table delivery service, which they did last year, and I think that was quite popular. They ran out of food, so they're going to come more prepared for that this year, I think. So if you really don't want to walk anywhere, you can stay sat at your table and order food to you.
That sounds very good indeed. So is there catering for kind of like vegans and celiacs and vegetarians and all that kind of thing? Is that going to be all?
Yeah, I think there's some of it, obviously, with the way stuff's prepared. There'll be some stuff that they can't do just because of within the amount of preparation space a food truck has. But yeah, most diets I would say are catered for, and if there's nothing there, we always just say, look, just chat to us and we'll arrange that you can either bring your own food in, or there's Harrogate, thankfully, is just on the doorstep there, so there's always plenty of stuff up in the town.
Yeah, there's a ridiculous amount of there's a ridiculously good amount of choice.
There is
in
indeed.
Harrogate itself. It was absolutely wonderful last year, and I'm sure it will remain to be the same kind of this year as well. We've spoken about guests, and I don't know if you've got guests kind of lined up at all kind of this year. Is it the same? Are you just, is there not like a main headline? Is it just kind of like
not so much. We've got Ivan Brett is coming up, who was on the Traitors in that first series. He's coming back up. We've got Johnny Chiodini and some of those people doing some evening entertainment. So that'd be fun. We had hoped that Rodney might make it over again, but he's been a bit busy this last week. I don't know why. We're going to chat to him about coming over again next year, maybe. And some of the rest of the gang as well. We'll see.
It'd be cheaper because he'd be coming along for by himself.
Possibly. Yeah.
That's not staying.
Well, then I can laugh then.
That's gonna have to go. I can't possibly even talk about that. Can we talk about it? Was a shock? I was shocked. I don't know about anybody else. I was shocked. Mark's not going to say anything because secretly he's hoping that Rodney can come back next year. He doesn't want to be saying it.
I was well shocked.
I was shocked at the fact that like it was almost like a complete pruning of everybody. It wasn't a case. It was like I've seen him criticised for that though, but I get it. It's absolutely his like he said, he spent his a vast majority of his adult life from ground up building Watch It Played. Yeah.
It is his livelihood. Not just he has sacrificed stuff for Watch It Played, his wife has, etc. and stuff like that. So I get why you would just go, cool, done. We flew too close to the sun, bump. So I get that. I fully understand that. There's a point where you have to be 100% selfish, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I would imagine from his part, because there's no getting around it, he's in a point where he feels extremely betrayed by a very close friend from my gathering. So once you do take emotion out of it, you're going to be very blunt about it, like extremely blunt, I would say.
I think he's just made that. I think he's made that decision, and unfortunately, it's going to affect a couple of other people. But I think those people are fairly kind of solid anyway. A question. Here is a question, I guess, Mark. In terms of things like the press passes and stuff like that, and are we finding there's a lot of like the media people are more kind of like they're short form kind of video people. They're people that folks see on Instagram and stuff like that. We're not looking at kind of the long form kind of bigger established people. I mean, there is people. I mean, there's obviously was it Cozy Rosie, who's got like a pretty big kind of TikTok following and things like that. But are we looking less at kind of are we having this kind of less kind of, I guess, media kind of what you would call stars as time kind of goes on? I mean, I've not seen really anybody in the UK scene or the broad scene kind of come up from nowhere that I would say, bring them over and they'll kind of bring a following. I mean, if you're talking like, I could probably, still talking like no pun included and things like that. But I can't think of anybody else that I would think, let's set up an event. Polyhedron Collider, probably.
They tend to come each year. Yeah, I mean, there's a few. I think the thing is always going to be travel, right? So unless the convention can cover some of your travel, at least, then coming over from the States or Canada or Australia or wherever is going to be a bit of a mission to the UK, isn't it? So, and America is awash with their own conventions, so to come all the way to
press passes. What do you need to qualify for a press pass?
Yeah, I'm interested in this.
Like how often do you say no? You don't get a press pass.
Well, so we're pretty specific in that we ask that you've either covered the last event, the last Airecon in some way, or you've done some kind of preview for the one that's coming up, and then we'll just kind of go, sure, have a ticket, like have a press pass, because at least that's in return for something at that point. There's a bit like if you get a review game, like it's your choice, I suppose, if you ever actually cover it or not properly. Some people don't, and then eventually they kind of end up not getting as many review games, and it's sort of similar.
I suppose if somebody's continually asking for a press pass and they go along a couple of times and then it's like, oh, we've not actually heard anything from you about whether or not we even showed up this year at all, let alone kind of let anybody know. And I think, and you have like a level of acceptance. I mean, if somebody goes about and puts like six photographs on like their Instagram and a 30-second video on TikTok to say, hey, we're at we're at Airecon, you kind of like, we kind of maybe need a little bit more. Going on the back of Luke's question, is there a minimum? Do you want somebody to kind of at least kind of maybe posting about the entire weekend for it to kind of like be raising awareness kind of thing?
Not necessarily, I think, because some people, they can just like post a whole lot, but it doesn't really, they don't maybe get as much engagement, whereas some people can do less, but they've worked hard to build their audience, or they're like quite chatty with people about it, so that probably builds awareness more overall. Tend to just sort of take it on case by case and don't really have a set. You have to have posted this many photos and one each day and anything like that. So that's.
I think that would be funny if you did.
Like a formula.
If you get away. You didn't. I know you posted 17 on the Sunday, but you only posted 5 on the Saturday, and none on the Friday. And I know you said you were very ill and you couldn't turn up, but you are now banned. Details and stuff. You're not allowed back.
Not even allowed. You don't get a press pass. You're banned. You're not even allowed.
You can't even. And if you turn up now, I don't even care. I don't care how much the flight cost. Go away. Get it. Can I get it out of here?
I think generally, kind of board game media, people are usually pretty keen because they also want to kind of build their own audience, right? So if they're just putting out stuff that is obviously not low effort, like it's not going to help.
Like a podcast.
Well, with the amount of editing you have to do with this one, that's quite high effort, isn't it?
We're on it. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it, what we're doing so far?
Yeah.
That's staying. It's not. There's no way. Can you imagine? What a way to finish the show. I'd get a YouTube video by a couple of people at least. What's the face that? Who's the one that? Is it the Legion of Games or something like that? He loves a bit of juicy gossip. You can imagine that. And we're not wizards. Moving swiftly on. This is the glorious car crash of an episode. And we wouldn't have it any other way. Events have always been popular.
Yeah.
Now, there's the self-run events. Have you considered, just for like shits and giggles, banning Blood in the Clock Tower just to get some kind of controversy?
Yeah.
I think that'd be really funny. Just to say no blood in the blood. No, it would be like Wayne's World, where he's got the guitar and he's like, no, sorry, no Stairway to Heaven kind of thing. It's like, you come into the convention, there's 15 of you, no blood in the clock tower, stay away from it. I mean,
can you imagine what would happen if there was like a controversy with one of the creators of Blood on the Clock Tower, and what would usually cause a big hoo-ha in the community, and wonder what they'd do. They'd be very, there'd be a lot of torn people who are like, but I love it. I love my blood on the clock tower. It'd be quite interesting to see what would happen over that, actually. I'm not saying there is a controversy with the person or anybody at the top of Blood on the Clock Tower. I'm sure they're all lovely people who've done nothing wrong in life. So don't worry, I'm not hinting at anything that I'm aware of.
I mean, it is, let's face it.
My solicitor told me to say.
My solicitor told me, exactly. They were just resting on the island. The plane merely stopped over for a couple of hours. They did not stay any time at all. And, oh my goodness, so much. So much.
This is going to be like a 4-minute fucking podcast by the end of the editing.
It is.
Just talking about He-Man for 4 minutes and then thanks for listening.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for guesting, Mark. That'd be amazing.
He-Man, Faulty Towers, food trucks, and that's it. Done.
Food trucks and then that's it. Being right. We're just going to pepper that in all the way through. That would be so funny. Imagine that. I might as well say
You're going to miss one.
I'll miss one and then it'll be going out. And then it'll be like a quick kind of like, oh, sorry, there was a technical issue with that one.
What does he say on 47.8 minutes about... Why did he just suddenly say...
Why are you doing that then? Why are you putting that in? Do you want to put something in as well? Mark, you might as well. Because what we could do,
not that
right?
stupid.
He can say it and then we could just leave it in.
The one you missed.
The one I missed. The one I missed. Anyway, can you say the word? Can you repeat the following words for me, Mark? Could you say the word right? Blood in the Clock Tower is one of these events that just kind of like organically grows. Within Airecon, over the last couple of years, it's gone from, since the release of the game, it's like there are now people that that's what they do. They just come in, they run it like a machine, kind of morning, noon and night from when the convention opens all the way through to kind of like close of play at night. So is that now a kind of like a conversation and a consideration that you actually need to have when you're setting up the event? Because I'll tell you why, because last year, and you might remember this or not, Luke, but it was walking out the front door and there was people like playing Blood in the Clock Tower on the right hand side of the entrance. I was just wondering, you guys are springing up like weeds. I mean,
their cloaks must be dripping with sweat by the end of Sunday. Just sodden, absolutely wet through.
Yeah. Well, we put in a special sort of area behind the library where it's
Special
a bit more
one,
open and you get a couple of rings of chairs rather than trying to have to cram around.
See them running off down the corridor like this,
yeah.
making people's chairs to put them in a circle.
Yeah,
is that how you play the game, or is that just got to corral them in to one spot?
Just get the electric prod.
Lock it, throw away the key.
Don't
like
you make me get the
like
hose.
when you're putting sheep through the dip, that kind of thing. No?
That's funny because the cloaks probably smell of sheep dip after. We can't use any of this. There's no way this is kind of going out in any semblance, any format. You know what I mean? But no, in seriousness, do you have I know you've got designated areas for Blood in the Clock Tower.
Yeah.
But do you also have then kind of areas where you kind of like people come up and go, oh, is it okay if we set up kind of here? And you almost have like an on-the-day discussion. Because I'm guessing that this is something, as I've already
people just
said.
do it, don't they?
This just runs and runs and runs. It just goes and goes and goes for the entire kind of day.
Yeah, I mean, it's as long as they're in an area where it's not too in the way or it's in a fire route, that's usually the big thing. As people don't often realise where the fire routes are, so... As long as they're
there's
not in
some
those
specific
kind of
places you're allowed to set fire to them. Well, fuck, I didn't know that.
Can't do any of this. This is like, it'll be alright in the night. 10 years. Imagine 10 years of my life gone down the drain. But other events, official events, what have we got? There's usually kind of like your role-playing kind of stuff. I take it as a Chaosium going to be back again? Are they going to be...
Yeah, Chaos Team are back doing
Good.
some RPGs. Paint and Take with Tooth and Coats are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the stuff that's in the kind of the Royal Hall, which is all through the day. It tends to be some of these like mega gamey type. Well, not a mega game like you think of a mega game. Big versions of games. So we do like Just 100, and we're doing Flip 70.
I was going to say, has one just been announced? Yeah, Flip 70.
Flip 70, which we actually have done. We started last year. This year it's going to be a bit different because last year we did it where we did it a bit the same with Just 100. So you just play at the start, you're just playing a normal game with one table full of people, and then we just keep merging the tables and their decks. So you end up with like 4 or 5 decks. This year it's going to be a bit different, but it's going to be exciting. It's just going to be interesting anyway.
Are you going about naked?
But each time someone gets 7 cards, it's 1 item of clothing off.
And he's already going about in a mankini.
I was going to say, he's in a thong and a left sock. That's it.
And that's it. Oops, is that your card, sir?
That's going to be.
Off we go.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Do you still do Draftosaurus Rex? Is it Draftosaurus?
Sometimes we kind of some of the older ones like that and Number 90 and Karuba, they kind of come in and out a bit. Like, we'll give them a rest sometimes.
Are you doing your beer, wine, and cheese?
Yeah, it's beer and wine. Yeah, beer and wine tasting. That'll be over at the Hilton this time. So some of the events have moved over to the Hilton as well. The RPGs are over at the Hilton. We've got some extra open gaming on the Saturday at the Hilton as well. So there's some fun stuff happening over there. But yeah, it's grape versus grain, and so
grape versus grain.
We taste 4 beers and a whiskey, and then 4 wines and a port, and they kind of go head to head with a snack each round, and then everyone votes.
For those who have never been to what do you call the beer one? Do you just call it the beer tasting?
It depends what it is. Yeah, it's been basic beer tasting.
So
Belgian beer tasting.
Mark obviously is extremely knowledgeable in beer, and so his beer tastings are always really interesting, and very, very interesting and unusual beers that you won't just find anywhere. But then was Telford the first time you did Grape and Grain?
Manchester. So we did Manchester and then Telford.
Okay. I did the Grape and Grain one at Telford, and that was brilliant. That was really, really good. But then I'm more of a wine drinker as well, so I kind of liked the back and forth of it. But yeah, so it's great. So anybody who even remotely wants to have a go at that, it's well worth it. Well worth it.
Yeah. That's good times. And then what? Oh, we're doing a new Megary one this year. It's called Tedoku, and it's like making. It's kind of one where we colour in the Tetris shapes on a Sudoku grid.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
So everyone has their own little pad, and everyone will be doing it at the same time. That's quite fun. And then we've got Steve at Meeplewood Games, where they make tables and other bits of board game furniture. He's
Steve Mellors.
Yeah. He's making us a bunch of old kind of parlour games, like French parlour games.
Shove Halfpenny and stuff like that, or
similar ones, yeah. But they've got 4 different ones. I went to a hop museum actually in Belgium over the summer. And in there, they had a load of these old wooden parlour games. There's one where it's like you've got a string that's kind of wrapped around 2 pegs, and then it's holding a ball that you're trying to guide around a vertical maze. But you've got to like do it with the strings. Like
I think I've seen one of those. Yeah.
Moves the thing. So we're going to do a parlour games tournament. We'll get people having a go at all 4 of the different games we've got, so you can get the highest score. It's always lots of fun.
No Flip 7 then? As in no Flip the Table, sorry.
Oh, table flip.
No, that's
Manchester. That's Telford. That's Telford.
That's the Telford.
That's
exclusive.
Definitely Telford.
Yeah,
you're not bringing it as
over
that. You have to go to Telford in order to be able to flip the table.
Yeah. I think because it's got the safety glass for people to stand behind, it's a better, as a venue. It works better.
You could actually, exactly. You don't.
It did it the first year when we did it.
It needs the enclosure.
Yeah, Well, it's the first year we did it, none of us had any idea how it was going to go. So I was panicking. I was like putting people inside. I was like, you can't stand outside. The first person flipped it, and it went, and it just sort of turned over once.
It fell over like it was caught by a stiff breeze.
It's like, we had nothing to worry about here. Everyone coming out, come on, stand right in front of it. You'll be fine.
Nothing's going to be happening. Are you going to be defending your title then this year, Mr. Pryor, as the current champion?
Absolutely.
You're going to be
absolutely. Every year there is expectations next to my name, and I'm glad I finally have the crown to live up to said expectations.
That's good.
Honed my art over the years now.
I think it was. We've got to go back a table though.
You would appreciate the table flipping actually, because it's very Highland Games-esque. You know.
Wow. Really? Are we actually going there?
It is. It feels like an event from the Highland Games because it's not. It's more to it than it looks. You know.
Well, it's all about technique.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's all about technique. You know, tossing the caber. I mean, it's
exactly.
not just some. You just can't turn up and throw.
Correct.
A telephone pole.
I know. This is what I'm saying.
It's not one of these things, and it's the same with the table. I mean, I think I would be very, very. I might actually consider
the placement of the dice and the meeple and everything. It also key. That has been developed over the last 2 years. We've realised what a key thing that is.
Is that the measurement of how far it goes? As you actually measure with the dice and the.
Yeah, well,
because I went first, not last year but the year before, is the reason I'm not champion, because something got realised after my first thing, and that's why they won. There you go.
Oh, this is controversy.
Controversy indeed. Don't get me wrong. Honourable champion that he is, and a just champion that year. But had I been the last one, or at least gone after the realisation of the technique, I feel I would have had my first championship 2 years ago, not last year.
Dicing scandal at Flip.
Well, it's still it's a sport still in its infancy, so we're learning every year.
We're still
the
in
biggest
the
change each year.
We can't turn pro yet.
Yeah, the biggest change each year is the table. I think we've had 3 different tables, because the first year was a camping table, and everyone complained that they couldn't get their arms underneath it, and it was like
it literally hit me in the elbows as soon as I flipped it. I was wider than the table.
Yeah, and then the second year, actually, the table was okay. I think that was the kind of the 4 foot, pretty sturdy one. And then last year, I picked up the wrong one, and it was a big 6 foot monster of a table.
Wow.
I put my weightlifting belt on it because my back was playing up anyway that weekend, and I was like, I'm not destroying my back for this.
It's not worth it.
I genuinely thought I had to put it on, and I think I probably did.
That's amazing. I would be like, I would probably ask the Geek and Son guys to say, look, I'm really interested in one of your tables. Can you just put it outside here, just a contest, and then nah, it's rubbish. You can take it back. It's all scraped along the top and stuff like that. Are we at the point with Airecon being where it is that the majority of Airecon is just literally about people kind of getting together and having the best time, kind of meeting with their friends and stuff like that? Are there still lots of people who specifically come along for kind of set events and stuff like that? Because my impression of last year was it was quite literally people just coming along with a truckload of games, saying I'm going to be spending the entire weekend kind of playing games from like 10 in the morning till whatever at night, and that's the impression that I got. And when you've kind of got that kind of set up, I'll be honest, I was less fussed about the events than the people I was spending the time with. And if I think back to the memories that I had last year, it was definitely more about the kind of the playing like Ponzi scheme, which is still a beautiful highlight for me. Getting curse court to the table after too long. It was those kind of memories themselves. And for you, does that mean that you as long as you've got like a stable number of events, you're not really having to worry too much about bringing something new and fun and interesting as much. There's less pressure because you know that, you know, there's going to be a couple of thousand people here that would come along anyway, just for the chance to play games with each other.
I think
Yeah, I guess so.
I think there's definitely some people who come for not necessarily certain events, but because of the events. There's definitely some people that
Right.
who really love the events of Airecon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot of the motivations around everything that we do is to get people together playing games, and so even with the events, the goal behind them has always been like, well, what can we do here to get people to meet other people and
Yeah.
keep chatting with other people, and then they might be like, you know, they come to an event by themselves, you end up sitting on a table with a bunch of other people, and you're like, oh, well, we're going to go play this, do you want to join us? And you hear that kind of story quite a lot, so
Yeah.
that's why we do less of the sort of seminar-y sit and listen to someone for a bit. We kind of, I'd say those have kind of tailed off a bit over the years, and it's more about the participation stuff. And
Prime example that I witnessed when I was the chaperone for the bus crowd that year. I see a bunch of them every year at Airecon and various events around, and I know there's like a group of about 5 or 6 of them, I think, that did not know each other before that bus, and now I see them playing games with each other every year at Airecon.
Yeah.
That's now their group they play with at Airecon, so they're now, you know, obviously mates. You know, so that's just a prime example of how that ends up happening. You know, you sat at a table with somebody, you do a thing with somebody, and then before you know it, you know, even one of my mates that I only generally see at Airecon and UK Games Expo came from my first year at UK Games Expo when I just volunteered, and I was just having a wander through one of the rooms in the Hilton. I was sort of just wandering around, just seeing what people were playing, and then my mate came up to me, sort of tapped me on the back and said, "Oh, are you looking for a game?" In fact, Sol, you played with him. Sol, that we played Ponzi Scheme with. He was just like, "Are you looking for a game?" And I was like, "Well, I was just looking around. I wasn't looking for a game as such." And he was like, "Oh, well, we're just about to go play a game of Priest of Ra if you want to join us." And now we try and meet up at every convention. You know, we always message each other before the convention saying, "Oh, are you going to so and so?" You know, so it's a great thing that conventions do. You know.
Okay. In terms of the attendance now, is it? Are you? I mean, everybody talks of growth. We've got to get more people in. Is it the case where you're kind of at a level where this is nice, this is working, I know this is level, and you don't have to... Are you at the point where you're not having to concentrate? You still effort is involved, but is it less kind of running around kind of like in the last couple of weeks, or do you feel kind of, well, I'm in control here, this is organised?
Yeah, I mean, there's always stuff to do, and there's always a lot of last minute organising and last minute stuff, and just stuff you have to do every year, programs and t-shirts and mugs and all of that sort of stuff. We've purposefully for the last 2 years not grown it, as it like it's still grown a bit, but we've not tried to push. We've not tried to increase the space because we really like the feeling that it has at the minute, where it's like it's not so big that you just get lost in it, but it's big enough that there's enough to do. There's enough of a buzz as you walk around the halls and stuff. So yeah, it's a bit of a funny thing because we kind of feel like we're in that bit of a sweet spot maybe it's just about right, and trying to grow the venue's a bit of an odd layout. It's kind of carved in half by a big service road, and trying to get people from one side of the venue to the other is quite difficult. There's not lots of easy routes, so we'd have to think really carefully about like, well, what if we were to add another hall on or whatever, where would we put it, how would we make that happen, and make sure it's still we still have that nice atmosphere that we have. I think that's the important thing.
And if you expand it too much, then it's a case you've got two sides. Is it going to end up being too empty or give the impression that it's empty? Or on the other side of it, you end up with like a huge number of people all turning up, and then you end up towards the way of kind of Games Expo and stuff like that, where you're kind of literally feeling like this is you kind of Airecon's always about feeling relaxed. I never kind of felt even when I'm walking around, even on the busiest days and the Saturdays and stuff like that, I don't think there was any point where I went, do you know what? I need to kind of get out of here for a couple of minutes because this is just a bit too much. It was always kind of full, but it wasn't kind of uncomfortable. If that kind of makes sense. And I mean, you're gonna have kind of like the usual. Gonna have our display stand. We're gonna have people like Hachette are gonna be there. They're gonna be demonstrating. Last time Asmodee were there, they were still doing a lot of kind of Star Wars things. So I'm guessing they're going to be doing the same thing. I'm guessing is it Coiled Spring are there as well?
Yeah,
they were.
yeah.
They were there last year, so they might be there again.
Yeah, they'll be there.
You're gonna have Devere are gonna have a stand.
We've a lot of people that you'll see around, and
Dranda going to be there weighing people down with Galactic Cruise.
I don't believe Dranda are coming this year because they've got last year timed well with the release of Galactic
Perfectly
Cruise.
with Galactic Cruise.
Yeah, exactly. It was
The
like
game of the con.
Their copies. Yeah.
It was Galactic Cruise Con. It wasn't Airecon, at least for the first day and a half. You know.
Exactly.
We've got like a whole bunch of stuff, like someone bringing some scenery, which is quite fun. Some like
Okay.
Which
I guess is probably a new thing because I guess scenery before was very much a kind of a wooden cardboard and stuff, and I guess with
resin,
3D
a lot
printing
of resin
thing,
as well. Yeah.
3D printing stuff. I mean, you can give basically people kind of building entire kind of almost like stackable dungeons and stuff like that. That's almost like modular stuff that you can build. I mean, I've seen some of these the stuff that people use for like D&D and things like that, and they're absolutely just incredible. And you can just imagine somebody that's in like it sounds ridiculous, but somebody that is in like a 2, 3, 4 year D&D campaign, I can imagine them kind of like saying, well, it's worthwhile me kind of putting this stuff together because I'm definitely going to be using it, kind of thing, which is very cool.
Even if you're not actually going to sell it there as such to take away, you could take orders for it. Say, look, here you go. It's going to take me 2.5 weeks to print it, a week to print it or whatever. But this is what you get for this price. You can look at it and really see what it looks like and feels like and play with it. And it'd be a good idea for more people to do that. Actually, printers.
Yeah,
and that's the interesting place that we are, isn't it? Is that you can turn up with a whole load of stuff, and people can say, well, I've got this one. But I've got the STL files, and if you order the STL files, I'll give you like a kind of cheeky kind of discount.
Yeah.
In terms of the retailers, like last year was like Games Lore.
Yeah,
they were there. I'm assuming they might be turning up again.
Yeah.
Tabletop Rescue.
Yeah,
I think is it Fiona? They're going to be.
Yeah, I think they said it's their biggest stand that they've ever had so far at a convention.
They've been this kind of they've been kind of like the kind of the board game success story darlings, because recently I've seen them talking about how they're now like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, kind of eBay board game kind of second-hand retailer on eBay now, which is like all power.
That's cool. Yeah.
All fair to them, because I remember a couple of years when they were starting off and they were just going about kind of collecting stuff. And now to see them kind of where they are with their stands, and it's actually, I think they've also announced recently that they've moved out of their storage, and they've had to actually get, they've gone from sticking stuff in their lockup to actually having stuff. That's terrible. Actually having their own kind of storage. Don't shake your head. Don't shake your head.
Give me strength.
To having their own kind of lockup. What? That'd be so funny if you ended up in a loincloth.
No, it wouldn't.
Where's my camera?
It's not funny.
Yeah.
I'd be like, where's my camera? I'd be freeze framing that. That'd be the cover art sorted. I have the power.
Yeah, they'll be long. They've got Travelling Man.
Cool.
Meeple World. They come down from Newcastle.
As they've already been mentioned, they did the they do your crocodile boards and stuff like that.
That's
Tables as
Meeple
well.
Wood. We've got Meeple Wood
for
and
goodness sake,
Meeple World. Meeple World
Gonna
are
have to have a word
retailer.
about all
Yeah.
these people calling themselves various things after meeples. It's just confused
We're
me
not
and
meeples.
embarrassed me. We're
Uh,
not meeples. The actual skull.
Games Crusade, who
Don't
they
know.
actually have a store in Harrogate as well.
Oh yeah,
so
they do.
they're-
Yeah. Nice, really
so
nice.
they'll often, yeah, it's a really lovely store to go and visit, and because it's kind of a half board games and then half toy shop, and so they've kind of got some more cool,
Oh, cool.
cool
Oh,
stuff
that'll
in there. And then new for this year, we've got a couple of new things on the exhibitor front this year. So we've got what we're calling the Yokocho Gamers Alley, and so this was to try and support sort of smaller, more independent type creators. And so often what we found was with like the exhibitor hall, it is quite a big commitment if you're just like you've designed one little card game and you want to try and get it out there. But you think it's really cool, like trying to splash in a few £100 on a exhibitor booth might be a bit too much straight away. So this is and also if people are by themselves having to man a stand for 3 days with no one to give you a break or whatever, it can be quite intimidating. There's a lot going on. So we've got this new Gamers Alley where you just hire a table. You can do it for a day, you can do it for the full weekend. It's a bit more flexible. You can sell stuff off it. It's designed more for quick sort of standing demos where it's like, look, this is how you play.
That's a
quite
good
quickly.
idea.
And
Nice.
then we teamed up with Dice Sports, who UK kind of they're able to do small print runs of stuff, and they've given an offer for people if they want to just try and test out a game. They'll do a special Airecon offer on it where you can say,
Oh, cool.
I'm just going to print 50 of this thing, see how it goes down at Airecon, see if I get through enough, just make my money back, maybe make the cost of my stand back or whatever.
That's really cool.
And then
That's really
get some
cool.
instant feedback. Yeah. And then
I take it the playtest zone's going to be there as well.
Yeah. So we've still got the demo zone and the playtest zone. So I'd say that the demo zone is more for like games where they're in development and they want, it's probably a longer sit down game, give some feedback on it. Where this is the quite, you get a lot of people that have maybe just done here's a little card game or a little tile laying game or things like that. There's one that looked quite cool. That's where the whole game is like it's all held in your hands. Like the whole game is.
Oh.
It's quite interesting. It was a design challenge, I think, on BGG, and then they've just printed a few.
Oh right, okay. It's just like you've got to have the entire game in your hand all the times while you're kind of playing it. You can't kind of put anything down. Oh, that would be pretty
so
cool.
that's pretty smart. And then, sort of alongside that, we've launched a new bit on the website, which is like a new products page. So this isn't just for that area. This is for anybody that's exhibiting, and it's for games and it's for accessories and all sorts. And so you can go on there, and people have put sort of what new stuff they're bringing this year, and you can pre-order it from there as well. If they've got a pre-order site set up, you can pre-order it for collection at Airecon and things like that. So get a bit more of an idea of what's going to be there. So it's cool.
And I take it that the good old bringing by is going to be running well. Is it still going to be same place? Are you making it kind of slightly bigger, or is it just
No, we've left it.
kinda like...
We've left it as it is. We've kind of found it's just about manageable given the attendance we've got. I think it's always one that if we ever grow the attendance, we have to account that has to grow more than the attendance of the convention for some reason. It's always outgrowing the convention in terms of space.
Yeah,
I think it might just need its own hall. Just like it's all in there.
just put weapons up against the walls and like just have you can have anything you want. You've got to fight for it now. I mean, these are the new rules. 2 gamers enter, 1 gamer leaves, and then end up with an expansion for a game that they don't own the base copy, which would be funny.
Every year there seems
always
to be one game that you get like 50 copies of. This is always quite funny. A few years ago it was that Life of Billy Kerr or something. We had like, for some reason, about 60
That's because I think that was one of those games where like basically you kind of played it once, and then once you played it once, you kind of really didn't need to play it again. There was no point in playing it again because you kind of knew the story. It was a very very good game. But there was no point in playing the game afterwards because you absolutely knew exactly what was going to be happening. Is there any games which so far you just see turning up again and again and again at the bring and buy sale that never ever seem to go anywhere?
I mean, Fog of Love is always one that is usually a pretty good. That has a pretty good turnout, and it's always quite funny because they're all different prices. It's just like
that's something I always love when I look at something. When you see there's a whole bunch of a certain thing, and you just think like somebody's got it at 85 quid, somebody's selling it for 25. I'm like, which one's the moron? Which one's the one who's like, like they know how much this thing's worth, and then there's the other person who's just like hasn't got a clue how much this thing's worth. I never know which one's.
I'm just glad to get rid of it. I'm just glad to get it out the door. You do get some people that go, "I'm going to sell this for £15," and it's like, yes, but everybody loves Discworld. I was like, I don't care. It's messing up my it's messing up my Kallax. Are you doing the rules regarding when people can kind of be putting games in and stuff like that and checking them out and things like that?
I mean, it's always they could do either, whenever.
Right.
But we do open up early for drop off on the Thursday, so if people are around on the Thursday, even if they're not coming into the con, they can come and drop the games off, because that helps us as well, because otherwise we just end up Friday just completely overwhelmed. So we started doing that a couple of years ago, and that seems to work quite well. And it also means, because they won't start appearing on our system until they're actually physically there. So you know that if it's on our website, that means it's in the bring and buy. And so that means on Thursday night, that's a good time to start sort of browsing as people are dropping stuff off. That will start appearing there.
And see what's kind of there.
Yeah.
In terms of, because there's no way we've been wittering for this amount of time, but in terms of
5 minutes by the time you've edited it.
He didn't do anything wrong. The numbers were just resting in his YouTube account.
We actually, I got to say that actually the other day. So Imagination Gaming set up a charity a few years ago, and we made them one of our. Well, they started to set up a charity a few years ago, and we made them one of our charities of the year. And so we raised a bunch of money, and it's still not gone through the process of being set up. So we've still got that money waiting for them to get this charity set up. So we have actually got some charity money resting in our account. It's yeah.
That's not. You can't even kind of go there with that. How are ticket sales in general going?
Yeah, good.
It's obviously,
up again on last year. So we sold out on the Saturday last year. So I expect that will
pretty good.
happen again this year. And then what we're finding is we seem to every year it goes up a couple of points on the how long people stay. So we tend to find that it's like often people come for a day or the weekend and then have a lot of fun. So then the next year they'll book on for 3 days or 4 days or whatever. And so we've seen a larger proportion of people are staying for longer, which is always nice.
Oh, good stuff. And is it still kind of individual day tickets and full weekend tickets then?
Yeah. So you can come for all 4 days, it's £62. If you want to just come for the weekend, you're talking about £48. And,
Lovely.
Bargain.
Day tickets are depending on the day, but around somewhere between 20.
And what's the kind of the getting in times? Like we've mentioned Thursday. So when can you get in? Like when can you get for particular days, and when does it open during the day as well?
So Thursday is more like an evening. It's quite chill out. It's because the reason we started doing Thursday evenings is because we're there setting up anyway, and so people come in from 4 and game until 11. But there's always gaming happening in the hotels and stuff around afterwards. And then every other day we open at 10. Friday, Saturday you can go right through till 1:30 in the morning, and then Sunday it's 6. But things start winding down about 4. We start packing up libraries and stuff like that about 4, but people can stay and game till 6 if they want. I know there's now a contingent of people that they'll get there on the Wednesday and they'll stay through to the Monday and then keep gaming in the hotels around.
Real troopers.
Yeah.
Real troopers. I'm kind of looking forward to going back to the cairn, to be perfectly honest. That's what I'm looking. I'm looking back to like travelling back in time to that wonderful day when I walk in and I'm like, oh, I'm back in 1963. It's all good and all kind of wonderful. If people want to find out more about Airecon, where can they go to find out more about Airecon, Mr. Cooke?
Websites and social media. Airecon, but it's got an E in the middle. So AIRECON.
.co.uk. It's good to see. It's good to see you finishing it. No, guess what the website is.
Well,
you're not allowed to use. You're not allowed to use Google. You got to guess.
Yeah, there's not many
2 guesses.
things called Airecon, so if you search it, it usually comes up on Google.
See, this is the thing, right? I was looking at Airecon earlier on, and the problem with your Google AI is now you go like Airecon in Harrogate, and I get a list of all the companies in Harrogate that can sell me Airecon. It's a bit like annoying. It's like, thank you AI. I hate it. Thanks very much. I'm not cold. It's going to be March. I mean, if it was the summer, it would be different. But now I get the, do you mean? It's like, no, I don't bloody mean that, do I? And I don't need your AI thing of like, where I can get decent aircon. I mean, what are you talking about? I know where I can get decent aircon. I'm going to be going there, between the 12th to the 15th of March. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going to be, on the Thursday, queuing up. Hopefully it's not raining. I mean, I must admit, last time I went, and it was Thursday evening, it was the most wonderful thing because I got to see Mr. Pryor. And we saw each other in the queue. And it was just amazing. And then I knew it was all going to be good. And now you're saying you're not going. So,
I'm sorry.
Quite disappointed. Well, I mean, you could have told me before. I'm just trying to hold back tears. Anyway. It's alright. Don't need you. Staying in guys are coming. They like me.
You'll just have to come back down for Telford and make sure Luke eats on time there as well.
I'll tell you what, I am training. I am training for the next 4 months. I'm training to come and get you on this table flipping.
I don't train for table flipping. It's just natural.
I will train
natural
for
sport.
table flipping.
You either have it or you don't, really. I think.
I'm gonna have a montage video and everything with a soundtrack.
If he flips, he flips.
Probably written by Starship or some kind of 1980s rock band. Might go Europe. I don't know. I've not decided yet. But you'll be defeated. This is it. Or I might just not go, and then just make you nervous, and then you slip up on the time. So there you go.
I can see your gladiator name already. Wee Man. I have the pillar. All that.
You know what your gladiator name is? I'm not going to go there. But I mean, you can smell what the cook is rocking, as he would say.
Very good.
You're welcome. Made up on the spot. You're welcome. So what we'll do is obviously we'll make sure we put everything in the show notes, including probably a huge rambling apology, with some paper about all the things that we did wrong in this entire episode, because it was just it's been a disaster from start to finish. Unlike Airecon, which will be yet again going to be one of the best experiences that you have if you do turn up this time. If you don't, and disappoint somebody mid-podcast like certain other people are doing. Anyway, it's time to go. So it's a goodbye from me. It's a goodbye from Mark. Say goodbye, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
And I really could have dropped a text before dropping the bombshell. Say goodbye, Luke.
Bye-bye, Ellis. Hope you're listening.
He did. He said it. He did. He was very happy. Remember, stay safe, roll sixes, make something awful, and
stay spicy.
But until the next time, just go and find us. It's 10 years. Don't make us do more, please. But until the next time, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Wizard is never late. nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.